Hello, friend. I just got a note today from a friend of mine, a fellow pastor, who was very discouraged because of being rejected at his church by several groups of people. He said, "I'm so discouraged, I just want to go do porn." That's what he told me. And I want to say to you today, if you have experienced rejection in your life from either the world or professing Christians, I want to say to you that that is normal, that you must learn to accept that as a standard operating procedure for not only the world that hates Christ, but for other believers. It's just, I've been in Christian ministry for over 2 decades, and I can tell you that this is very common for people to reject you for any and every reason. But you have to know that that should be taught at the very beginning of your Christian life. So I want to show you from a story from way back when in 1 Samuel chapter 8. And here it says, let's just start with verse 3. Samuel's sons did not follow his ways. So Samuel was a prophet of God, chosen by God, but his sons did not follow in his ways. They turned aside after dishonest gain and accepted bribes and perverted justice. So all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Saul at Ramah. They said to him, "You're old, and your sons do not follow your ways. Now appoint a king to lead us, such as all the other nations have." But when they said, "Give us a king to lead us," this displeased Samuel. So what did he do about it? He says he prayed to the Lord. That is always the first way to deal with any rejection, any difficulty we have. We immediately go to the Lord. Let it be a knee-jerk reaction. So he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord told him, "Listen to all the people, to all that the people are saying to you. It's not you they have rejected, but they have rejected me as their king." Do you know what God is doing right there? He is associating himself with his chosen people who put out his word. He's associating himself. Do you remember what he said to Saul when Saul was persecuting the church? Jesus came to Saul, knocked him off his horse, and said to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Now wait, Saul was just persecuting believers, the church, and Jesus associated himself with those persecuted believers, just as God is doing here. They're not rejecting you, they have rejected me. And then he gives the history. He goes back a ways to the history of Israel, as they've done from the day I brought them up out of Egypt until this day, forsaking me. In other words, as they've done to me and serving other gods, so they are doing to you. As they've done to me, so they are doing to you. And Jesus gives a warning about this in the book of Luke chapter 6, verse 26. He says, "Woe to you when everyone speaks well of you, for that is how their ancestors treated the who? The false prophets." The way they treat the false prophets is to speak well of them. The way they treat the real prophets is to reject them. And then we turn over here to John chapter 1 in verse 11. Jesus came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. They rejected him. These were God's people. This was the chosen nation, and they rejected God's Son. And so this is the standard operating procedure. You must know it. To live the Christian life is to be rejected, and you must know how to deal with it. We've already seen it. Number one, you don't go to porn, you go to prayer. And then the final verse I have for you today is Jesus. It says in Isaiah 53, he was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Despised and rejected. That's what you and I will be, because the same Jesus who went to the cross to die and pay for your sins is the same one who rose from the dead and by his Spirit lives in you now. And if that's true, you will be rejected, both by the world that hates the light. They love darkness because their deeds are evil, but also by professing Christians. Those who are chosen by God will find any and every reason to reject you. That means your social media will not go exponential up. Don't expect it to. You stay faithful. You proclaim the gospel, always the gospel. As Paul said, use whatever means necessary. Proclaim the gospel. And as you do, so what if flesh and blood rejects you? Because the living God has accepted you. And so the first thing you do is go right to prayer. You go to the one who was despised and rejected, and he will assist you. I've experienced it numerous times. He will assist you. Hope that helps.